Soup's on.
Soup's on. Soup's on.
Silverstein, Metro Loft pick up Rudin's 55 Broad Street for $180 million. Rudin Management handed off a financial district building after nearly 60 years, selling the 30-story office property to a pair of developers. Silverstein Properties and Metro Loft Management teamed up to buy 55 Broad Street for roughly $180 million, the Commercial Observer reported. The landlords have inked a contract, but the closing date remains unclear. The Rudin family developed the 425,000 square foot property in 1967, intending for it to be the headquarters for Goldman Sachs, which left in 1983. In 2019, Rudin completed a renovation that included a new lobby. In 2016, Rudin refinanced the property with a $60 million loan from State Farm. Tenants at the building include French engineering firm Sistra and Curtis plus Ginsburg Architects. In 2020, charter school network Uncommon Schools signed a deal to take 42,000 square feet for a 15-year lease. Asking rent for the space was $48 per square foot. An Estill security team, including Gary Phillips and Steve Bingswanger, advised Rudin on the sale. The sale comes months after John Gilbert, Rudin's former chief technology officer and chief operating officer, stepped down after 3 decades with the developer. In an interview with The Real Deal, Gilbert noted 55 Broad had been called the godfather of smart buildings. Last month, Silverstein closed on $457.5 million refinancing of 7 World Trade Center. Tax-exempt bonds make up $449 million of the loan. Goldman Sachs led the deal, which was executed in green bonds, a kind of financing for projects with environmental benefits. The office tower has LEED Gold status. Metro Loft and Silverstein recently found themselves on opposite ends of the sale. In December, Silverstein bought a 400-unit apartment building at 116 John Street from Nathan Berman's Metro Loft for $248 million. A decade earlier, Berman joined forces with Hacienda Intercontinental Realty to convert the 35-story building into apartments, removing one of the last remaining office towers on John Street.
Soup's on.
Century 21 to reopen its financial district flagship. Century 21 is back, baby, at least in the financial district. The much-adored department store will reopen its outpost at 22 Cortlandt Street, which shuttered in 2020. In the spring of next year, Women's Wear Daily first reported.
Soup's on.
New York Public Library to lease 41,000 square feet of office space at 270 Madison. The New York Public Library, NYPL, will be leasing 3 floors of office space in Midtown after signing a 33-year lease at 270 Madison Avenue. NYPL will occupy the 11th through 13th floors of the 19-story building, covering a total of 41,000 square feet, according to landlord ABS Partners Real Estate, which committed to creating a leasehold condominium structure to allow the organization to apply for a real estate tax exemption. ABS did not immediately provide the asking rent.
Soup's on.
Panera Bread opening 3,000 square feet flagship at Hearst Tower. Panera Bread will set up a new flagship outpost at Hearst Tower, located at 949 8th Avenue, where it will occupy a corner space on West 56th Street, Commercial Observer has learned. The chain of fast casual cafes took 2,510 square feet for an undisclosed number of years on the ground floor of the 46-story building, where it plans to open a flagship location this year, according to landlord Hearst Corporation. Asking rent was $250 per square foot. The storefront was formerly home to Balducci's Food Lovers Market, which has been shuttered for at least a year.
Soup's on.
Tower 45 signs 4 lease renewals and 2 new tenants for 39,000 square feet. Tower 45, located at 120 West 45th Street, will have 2 new tenants and 6 companies staying put, totaling 39,471 square feet of deals, Commercial Observer has learned. The biggest deal in the slate was for the Deary Law Firm, which will be relocating from 515 Madison Avenue as well as expanding. The personal injury law firm will be taking the entire 16th floor of Tower 45 with 13,969 square feet for a term of 10 years, according to landlord broker JLL. Its current footprint is a third the size at 4,558 square feet. The second largest deal was for Lipsky, Goodkin and Company, an accounting firm founded in 1918 as Michael Schimmel & Co., which signed a 10-year renewal for 10,093 square feet across the entire 7th floor. Scott Weiss, Executive Managing Director, and Eric Schmal, Vice Chairman of Savillis, represented the firm in the deal but did not immediately provide A comment. Asking rents on the property were not disclosed. Other tenants at Tower 45 include Critical Trading, an investment firm which renewed its lease of 2,674 square feet on the second floor for 5 years, with representation in-house. The McPherson firm, a boutique law office, renewed for 3 years at 4,750 square feet on part of the 28th floor. It too had in-house representation. Law firm Berg and Antropy renewed for 3,084 square feet on the 38th floor for 18 months and was represented by Arash Sadeghi, co-founder of Venture Capital, who could not be reached for comment. Real estate advisors Stan Johnson Company leased 4,901 square feet on the 26th floor for 5 years with representation from Gregory Albert, assistant director with Civilis. JLL's Paul N. Glickman, Deanna Bassotti, Kyle Young, Kip Orban, and Kate Rausch brokered all the deals for the landlord, Camber Management.
Soups on.
Vice stays put in Williamsburg after speculation about Dock 72 move. After rumors surfaced that Vice Media would leave its Williamsburg, Brooklyn headquarters for Brooklyn's Navy Yard's Dock 72, the digital media company has opted to stay in its current offices on Kent Avenue. Vice inked a 4-year renewal for 77,700 square feet at 289 Kent Avenue, according to Lee & Associates New York City, which represented landlord Webb Holdings. It has occupied the entire building between South 1st and South 2nd Streets, a former Domino Sugar warehouse, since 2014. The property was formerly occupied by a handful of small music venues, including Death by Audio, which was forced to shutter when Vice signed its lease. Lee, New York City's Alan Friedman, Gary Steinberg, and Brendan Reichenbacher represented the owner in the lease, which was first reported by The Real Deal. Friedman said in a statement that 289 Kent's lively location and state-of-the-art amenities are hard to beat. So as a creative company, it's no surprise that Vice Media has elected to maintain this space as its global headquarters. Eric Schmall and Allison Bowe of Civilis represented Vice and didn't immediately return a request for comment via a spokesman. Dock 72, meanwhile, has been slow to attract tenants, despite being a new 675,000 square foot building on the East River waterfront. Food 52 took 42,000 square feet in the building last year, and WeWork remains the building's only other tenant with 220,000 square feet.
Soups on.
Wells Fargo lends $240 million on Rock Rose's Brooklyn residential tower. Rock Rose Development has nabbed a $240 million debt packaging for its planned residential skyscraper project in Brooklyn, according to the New York City Department of Finance property records filed Wednesday morning. Wells Fargo provided a $214.4 million building loan and $25.6 million construction loan for Rock Rose's 49-story development in Brooklyn's Fort Greene neighborhood that will comprise 609 units plus 3,775 square feet of commercial space. Project at 98 DeKalb Avenue has an alternate address of 180 Ashland Place and sits across the street from Brooklyn Hospital.
And that's the way the news goes.